What's going on, everybody? You're watching New York Knicks Now by Chat Sports. I'm your host, Marshall Green. Playoff round 2 basketball is just around the corner. The New York Knicks versus the Miami Heat. My, oh my, what a time it is to be a fan of the New York Knicks. In today's show, we're going to go through my Knicks vs. Heat series preview. I'll give you my prediction at the tail end of the show. And then we also got some keys to victory. 5 things that I'm really looking for in this series from the New York Knicks. If they do these 5 things, we're talking conference finals, baby. But first, let's start with the injury news of the day. We'll talk about Quentin Grimes in a second. Let's talk about big number 30, Julius Randle. Julius Randle, according to Ian Begley, went through limited practice today, just shooting, lifting, and cardio in the pool. That's what at least Tibbs said. He said Tibbs says they will take it day by day with Randle. As you'd think, there is a indefinite timetable, probably a typo right there, indefinite timetable for his return at this point, which means that they're not going to rush him. And I'm going to be honest with you guys, I don't think Randle's going to play game 1. I don't think he even plays game 2. I think game 3 is when you could look for Randle to return, because we'll show you the schedule coming up in a second. In between game 2 and game 3, there's like 3 days off. Hopefully Julius Randle gets better. The Knicks need him. Quentin Grimes, though, will play, as he did miss the last couple of games due to that shoulder injury. Josh Hart slid in that starting spot, so it's definitely something I'm going to be monitoring. Will Grimes get back into that starting lineup, or will it be Hart? Because Hart did such a great job on Donovan Mitchell. I would say he's a better defender at this point than Grimes, and definitely more experienced and more of a smarter defender. And I think that could really help the Knicks, having Hart start on Butler to start games, and then Grimes come off the bench and really be your secondary defender. But Grimes is going to play in game 1. That's a big get for the New York Knicks. This is what the schedule looks like for the New York Knicks. And what jumps off the screen to me is the 3 days in between Tuesday and Saturday, games 2 and games 3. I don't expect Randle to play game 1, or maybe he plays game 2. You got 2 days off in between then, but then you really got 3 days off. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. That will be a chance for Randle to get healthy and come back and play for the New York Knicks. Look, protect home court. You got home court cooking in round 2, New York. Madison Square Garden, the Garden, needs to be on fire in game 1, in game 2. We'll be live on the channel an hour before game time on Sunday, so subscribe and tune us then. We'll get to more previews, stats, analysis, predictions, and everything coming up in today's show. But first, I want to get you guys involved in the comments section. I want to know, who do you got? Who is winning this series? Type NYK for the Knicks, or MIA, if you want to roll with the team in red. I hate the Heat. I just freaking hate them. But let's go. 5 keys to victory. Mitchell Robinson, I think it could be argued that he was the MVP of the series for the New York Knicks in round 1, and he needs to dominate in round 1 in this series. Look, Bam Adebayo, if Julius Randle plays, will probably be guarded by Adebayo. Adebayo guarding Julius Randle. So that's what I'm expecting. We can go to that first one first. That one's fine. Before we talk strictly more about Mitchell Robinson and Bam Adebayo, I want to take kind of a bird's eye view of what both teams did in round 1. The New York Knicks obviously defeated the Cleveland Cavaliers in 5 games, and the Miami Heat did that to the Milwaukee Bucks in 5 games. The Heat had the best offense in the playoffs in round 1, averaging 124 points per game, 25 plus assists, and 45% from downtown. Knicks keys to victory: protect the paint, dominate the glass, and limit open three-pointers for the Miami Heat. They hit them at an extreme clip in round 1, which is really a turnaround from what they did in the regular season. They were literally one of the worst offenses in the regular season, but playoff Jimmy Butler showed up, and now they're cooking. No Tyler Hero for the Miami Heat. He is out with a broken hand, so one of their soldiers, as well as Victor Oladipo, will not be able to go. The Knicks, they need to take care of the ball, win the rebound battle, and not let the Miami Heat shoot 45% from 3. But let's go back here to Mitchell Robinson and Bam Adebayo. The rebounds are so big because it's going to be Robinson versus Bam Adebayo, and it's going to come down to who wins the glass. When you think about offensive rebounds, that's where the Knicks have made a whole bunch of money this year, and specifically in the playoffs. In round one, the New York Knicks had 75 offensive rebounds. The Miami Heat, they had 37. In round one, Bam Adebayo averaged 2 offensive rebounds. Mitchell Robinson averaged 6 offensive rebounds in that series. If Mitchell Robinson is the best big in this series, the Knicks are going to be looking pretty, they're going to be sitting nice, and they're going to be heading to the Eastern Conference Finals. If Mitchell Robinson outplays Bam Adebayo, which he can, the Knicks, they're going to be moving on. They're going to be playing in the Eastern Conference Finals. We'll get to more keys to victory coming up here in a second, but I got to give a huge shout out to a new and awesome sponsor we have here on the channel, and that is Underdog Fantasy. Go to chatsports.com/UnderdogKnicks and use the promo code ChatNYK, and they will match your initial deposit bonus up to $100. Experience the thrill of fantasy sports like never before with Underdog Fantasy, the industry's easiest and fastest growing app. Put your basketball knowledge to the test in their pick'em game by forecasting whether your chosen players will have higher or lower stat totals this week, and you might just win up to 20 times your money. Register today using promo code ChatNYK and double your first deposit up to $100. Head to chatsports.com/UnderdogKnicks. That is chatsports.com/UnderdogKnicks. That link is in the comments and description of today's show. If you want to go ahead and insert your lineups for game one against the Miami Heat, you could do that as well. This is what I am rolling for my Sunday selections. I'm selecting the lower on Dillon Brooks. I don't think he's a good player. I think he's a fraud, and I don't think he's going to play well against the Los Angeles Lakers. I also selected the lower on Bam Adebayo's points, rebounds, and assists. I really feel like Mitchell Robinson is going to dominate that matchup. Jalen Brunson, I selected the higher on the points. And then for RJ Barrett, I also selected higher on points, rebounds, and assists. We know RJ Barrett likes to feast against the Miami Heat. He usually likes to go one-on-one against Tyler Hero. He's not playing, whether it be Gabe Vincent or Caleb Martin. They're guarding RJ Barrett. He's got to get downhill. He's got to get to the cup. Put your lineup in. Roll with me. Fade with me. Do whatever you want. Get hooked up with them. The link is in the comments and description of today's show. Key number 2, and this probably is key number 1, slow down Jimmy Butler. Make it hard on Jimmy Butler. Make him work. Make him guard on the defensive end. Don't let him go for 37.5 points per game in round 2 like he did in round 1 against the Milwaukee Bucks. He was the best player in the playoffs in round 1, 59% from the field, 44% from downtown. When Jimmy Butler is knocking down his three-point shots, he is a tough player, and he is a problem, and that's a problem that Tom Thibodeau is going to have to solve for. He has to come up with a game plan to stop, slow down, and make Jimmy Butler work. This quote from Tom Thibodeau, he said, "I know what he's about. He knows what we're about. Let's go." I absolutely love that from Tom Thibodeau. I think he's going to take this one a little bit personal, and he's got to come up with a good game plan. Make other Miami Heat players beat you. It's going to be tough. He's really special in the playoffs, and he's on a roll right now, playing like the best player in basketball. I expect Josh Hart to be guarding Jimmy Butler. Hart was the primary defender on Donovan Mitchell throughout the first series, especially when Quentin Grimes went down. I'm really intrigued to see how that starting lineup is going to shake out. I always said I wanted Grimes to be the starter because I think he's going to be the starting 2 guard for this team for the next 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 years. But right now, I think you could use another elite perimeter defender. Grimes is that, but he doesn't have the IQ and just the gamesmanship that I think Josh Hart has right now. I'd roll with Hart in the starting lineup, and I'm putting him on Jimmy Butler. Josh Hart, it's your series, my man. Josh Hart, Tom Thibodeau, you guys play well. Knicks will win this series. We got 3 more keys to get to coming up. But first, make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel. Sub for playoff dubs. We've been saying it all playoff long, and it's been working out pretty good. I'm a pretty superstitious guy, so don't jinx it. Don't be the MFer that jinx it. Help us get to 21,500 subs. We're less than 150 away. Hit that sub button. Let's go, Knicks. Be great, Jalen Brunson. Be great. Do what you do, Jalen Brunson. Play at your pace. Go get buckets. Be the best guard in this series. That's what Jalen Brunson has to do. He needs to finish this series, and we need to say that he was the best guard on the floor. Kyle Lowry cannot guard you. Gabe Vincent cannot guard you. Caleb Martin cannot guard you. And if you get Duncan Robinson on him, you might put him into retirement. Jalen Brunson in the 3 games this year versus Miami, I wouldn't say played his best ball, but he definitely didn't play bad. He was extremely efficient. Just 21 points per game, 6 rebounds, 4 assists, 60% from the field, and 37.5% from downtown. Look, if Julius Randle's not going to be able to go early on in this series, I'm looking for Jalen Brunson to try to shoulder some of that scoring opportunities, scoring load. I don't really want to use that word, but I have to. Pause. He's got to shoulder some of that. He's got to come out and look to be aggressive like, like he was in Game 4 and Game 5. Jalen Brunson, just do you, my guy. Continue to be the winner that you are and be the best guard in this series, because Kyle Lowry, that's barbecue chicken, my man. I know he played good defense against the Bucks, but they don't have any guard like Jalen Brunson that can create his own shot. I think Middleton's a good player. I think Drew Holiday's a great player. He was even an all-star, so now Jalen Brunson wasn't. But in the half court, when the game slows down and you're in the half court, and Jalen Brunson sizing you up through the leg, step back, power dribble in the mid-range, fall away too, there's not many people better than Jalen Brunson. An area I'm definitely looking at is the Knicks depth. I wanted to use Knicks bench, but I'm just talking about depth, the extra pieces, the guys that have really fueled this season all year long. Not Brunson, not Robinson, not Randle, not Barrett, but Obi Toppin and Quentin Grimes and Emmanuel Quickley and Isaiah Hartenstein. You need those guys to play well. And what's crazy is Obi Toppin was the best guy on the floor out of these 3 players. Quentin Grimes did not play in the last 2 games for the New York Knicks. He left in Game 3 with a shoulder injury. He can't be worse. He's got to hit his shots. Emmanuel Quickley had a series best plus minus. He was great on defense, but the Knicks need him to hit shots, especially if Randle is not going to play. You need Quickley to average double digits. If Obi's going to start, continue to hit your open shots, continue to get those easy run-out, fast break opportunities, knock down your 3-pointers, be energetic, be a spark plug for this team. And I really think if the Knicks bench and depth outplays the Heat bench, we're talking conference finals. Who would have freaking thought? It comes down to these 2 guys, though. Right here, RJ Barrett and Julius Randle. That's what it comes down to. I know Brunson's going to be good, but what is RJ Barrett and Julius Randle going to be? Barrett, Game 1 and Game 2, not good. Game 3, Game 4, Game 5, he was one of the best players on the floor. Randle, first half of Game 1 was great. Game 2, he wasn't. Game 3, he wasn't. Game 4, he wasn't. He was great in Game 5 before he exited with that ankle injury. If you can get this type of production from Barrett, 17.5 on 44%, I'm fine, but you need these guys to hit some jump shots because the Heat play a good team defense. They're well coached. They're disciplined. They're going to be in unison. They're going to be moving as a team. You need these guys to be scorers. You need them to be efficient, especially if the Miami Heat are going to continue their offensive production that they've had so far in the playoffs, the number 1 offense in the playoffs. So RJ Barrett, continue to be great. Be better than any wing outside of Jimmy Butler on the Miami Heat. Julius Randle, be great. If you have Kevin Love on you, Julius Randle, and you come back in this series, wipe the floor with that old-ass dude. Let's go, Randle. Get back healthy. We need you, my man. Drop those 30s in the chat for Julius Randle because we need him. I know a lot of people say we don't need him. If the Knicks want to win this series, I do think they need him because I think the defensive IQ and Eric Spoelstra can find a way to kind of neutralize Jalen Brunson a little bit. You need another guy that can create their shot. 5 keys to victory. Mitchell Robinson, be the best big. Make it hard on Jimmy Butler. At least make him work. Jalen Brunson, be the best guard. The Knicks bench has to win this matchup, and then if you can get anything from RJ Barrett, that's not what I want to say. If you can continue to get what you got from RJ Barrett in games 3, 4, and 5, and Randle gives you what he gave you in game 1, first half, and the first half of game 5, Knicks are going to win this series. Either way, I'm picking the Knicks to win this series. I got the Knicks in 6, and we're going to the conference freaking finals. Oh, my gosh. Come on, Knicks. Let me know your prediction, who you got, and how many games down in the comments section. I got Knicks in 6. I had Knicks in 6 in round 1. I was wrong by a game because they won in 5. But we appreciate it. We're going to be live on Sunday. We'll see you then. Let's go, Knicks. If you made it this far in the video, hit that thumbs up icon. We'll see you later.